As the massive sign suggests, today we find ourselves at Aveley FC in their flashy new Parkside Stadium. Parkside was built in 2017 and the impressive facilities have been used by a manner of other clubs, most notably #United in recent years. The highlight of the ground is the huge clubhouse with a bar big enough that it wouldn't look out of place in a Wetherspoons. There's not too much else to the rest of the ground apart from a seated stand opposite the clubhouse and numerous standing terraces behind the goals. Today's game was an FA Cup 4th qualifying round game. 7th tier Aveley would need to harness some of the magic of the cup if they had any chance of beating 5th tier giants Gateshead, who had a decent amount of fans who made the 290-mile trip. The lure of a potential giant killing, along with it being international break, drew a big crowd for Aveley, which made for a great atmosphere ahead of the game. Unsurprisingly, Gateshead dominated for the first half, but failed to really stamp their authority on the game with a goal. This was, of course, until the moment I decided to put my camera down and get some food. At the start of the second half, Aveley managed to rally slightly with some half chances and were putting in a much better display than the first half. Unfortunately, the optimism for the locals was short-lived after a really good goal by Carl Hurst for Gateshead. And there you have it, the final nail in the coffin for Aveley, who lost the game 3-0. If this was the magic of the cup, it was a low-rate pub magician with a dodgy card trick. Okay, so when rating Parkside, I was very conflicted. If I was visiting the ground with no expectations, I would have been perfectly happy. The ground is clean, new, spacious, and with a decent amount of seating and covered standing. However, I couldn't help but feel the ground didn't quite live up to the lofty hype I've heard from other groundhoppers. The facilities that are usually much raved about, in my opinion, didn't quite work. The queue for the food was massive, practically all game, with only one serving hatch and very limited food options. There were no matchday programmes when I arrived 40 minutes before kick-off. The club shop isn't really a shop, it's a table that has a makeshift sign on it at half time. Before then you couldn't buy any merch, and the merch that they did have was bare bones stock. It's very frustrating when you have money that you're willing to spend at a non-league ground, but you actually struggle to spend it. The good things this ground has going for it is the massive bar with good tap options, the big screen which is rare at this level, a massive car park, good location, and the atmosphere was pretty good. Parkside is definitely worth a visit, and considering the town has a population of under 10,000, it's an impressive setup. That's all for this episode. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.